All right, everyone, welcome to the June 21st occurrence of Istio Worker Meeting. So first on the agenda, we have Kalia on cherry picking Dependabot PRs.
Hi, everyone. So there was a security vulnerability. And so the Dependabot automatically created a PR to update the dependency that was causing it. And so that was merged into master last week, which was too late for 118. And that means it'll go into 119, but that doesn't come out for, a while. So I propose that we cherry pick it into 118, but also I would like us to have a broader discussion about how we're going to handle these types of PRs so that maybe we can create some automation so that they're automatically cherry picked.
I mean, I think we need to do it for all of the supported branches, right? Because this CVE is going to upset container scanners. And I know that my life gets made worse when my customers are moaning about container scanners, even if the CVE is not particularly exploitable. So I totally agree. We should be cherry picking those. And ideally, we should have some automation to mean that no one has to do it themselves, right? Because otherwise it requires us to notice it.
Well, the other one issue might be a cherry pick might not work, depending on what versions are being used across the repos, because we may change versions for non-CVE reasons, during development. So my first thought, and I was going to go look, is can we have Dependabot actually scan the other branches? So it would scan, any of our supported branches and provide, Dependabot updates across the board that way.
Yeah, I think we can. I think I've got that set up on some private repos here. So yeah, I think that's the thing we can do.
Because I think that would work better than trying to, do the cherry pick.
Yeah, you can almost guarantee merge conflicts when trying to cherry pick changes to go mod or go some.
That's what I was thinking, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I can help look at the Dependabot because I think I know roughly what the configuration looks like because I did it at Tetrate. So if that would help, I can submit a PR to enable it on, say, release 118 and check that works.
Okay, I also posted in the release 118 Slack channel. So if we want to have a discussion offline about it, we can follow up there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Thanks,
I'll sort the PR up tomorrow.
It'd probably be good to also add 117 as that's still, and actually I think technically 116 is still in support for another 4 weeks.
Yes.
Cool. I'll do it for all of those. I'll just try 118 first.
Yeah, and then if we update the release manager guidance to just sort of shift that when they ship a release, add that to the Dependabot config.
Yeah, the release managers just have to watch them and then do the OK to test and potentially merge. I will note that not all Dependabot changes are easy to merge.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that we have a way where it's like easily brought to people's attention, or specifically the release manager's attention.
Yeah, if Paul can set that up so that it works on the other branches, I think that would be ideal. Otherwise, yeah, then we'll have to step back and see if there's something we can do from a automation standpoint.
Sounds good.
All right, I think that's it on that.
Okay, awesome.
I have one quick question about Dependabot, actually, now that you bring it up. The changes that they create, they are manually reviewed. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. So I think if you look at that PR that came in, it's pointed to there. Like I said, typically we get an OK to, you have to do an OK to test because, Dependabot is not a member. So you end up having to go through that as a reviewer. Then it would have to be reviewed and approved.
Okay, that sounds great. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't force pushing to the branch, since sometimes those changes can be rather large.
Yeah, one thing we should make sure on master, it's usually fine, but on the release branches, we need to be cautious about big changes. So this one, totally fine. It's a trivial change, and I don't think we even use any code that changed anyways. But one of them in the past was like updating client Go, which was like massive, big change. So we actually decided not to do it in the release branches. So yeah, we should just exercise judgment as we usually do when merging into the release branch.
All right. Anything else on this topic? Okay. Any other topics on folks' mind? All right. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. If there's nothing else, then let's just call this an early meeting.
I guess one thing I'll make a comment on, and I know John had posted in one of the Slack channels the other day. And I think we now have everything working. But yeah, if anybody notices any weirdness with the pipeline, let test and release know. I think the issues that we ran into the last couple of days are all fixed. I mean, we had an issue with proxy. We had an issue last night with the kind images. But I think at this point, everything is fixed. Or making its way. I guess there's one common files set of updates that are probably being propagated right now.
Eric, where would you like them to, if anyone noticed anything weird, where would you like
the
them to
test and
communicate?
release channel is good. So pound test
Okay.
and release. I don't remember if there's a straight developer channel, but people may notice, I guess, depending on what they're doing, if they happen to pick up a new kind image, or I guess if they're using the old version of the new version of kind, if they update the new version of kind and they're still using an older kind node image, please move up. Yeah, and as John says, you can direct, mention one of us too.
Paul, you have your hands up?
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention, just thinking about it, was I put a post in the Release 118 channel yesterday proposing that we do 118.1 on or around Thursday, July 6th. I just wanted to kind of share that in a bigger audience and kind of get people's feedback as to whether that's reasonable, too soon, too long, or what that kind of thing, because it's the first point release that I've kind of been responsible for timing. So I want to make sure I get it right. So any feedback either here or in the thread, that'd be great.
My only comment here would be July 4th is a U.S. holiday.
Yep.
So
yeah.
You'd have to work around, I guess, the long running test. But other than that,
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, and also the person who typically run the long running test on the Google side, he is going to be out of office. I can share the instructions with you, and I think you should be able to. Well, actually, I guess it takes a Googler to actually run it.
yeah. So I don't know. Potentially they could start the run on, Friday, and then maybe if somebody could look at the results and make a comment, or try to go the week earlier or the week later, maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy to pick a different week if July 4th holiday makes it all tricky. A week earlier would be next week, right? Which is fine with me. I mean, it's not too difficult to cut a release and then ask for it to be tested. I mean, there hasn't been that much that's gone into the release 118 branch since we did the branch cut. I mean, there's obviously been some stuff that I want to sweep up, but nothing that seems pressing. So I would probably go a week later unless there's a feeling here that it needs to be a week sooner.
I think
I
a
think-
week later would be preferable so that we can definitely look at what all, like, for example, this Dependabot like pull request and get that
Good point.
merged and maybe anything else like it.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll
agreed.
propose changing it another week then. Okay, so I'll put something in the release 118 channel for anyone who didn't make the meeting so that the date is more publicized. And we'll work around that. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Anything else, folks? All right. If not, let's call the meeting early, and you all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.